Okay, today is the second day of Final Fantasy TCG Asia Grand Championship 2018 in Thailand. Now we have the top 8 in the room, and we have on the camera is Mr. Alvin Chong from Malaysia and Mr. Natakorn Moonjan from Thailand. And today I'm Antika Sutithanakun, or you can call me Jao, from Thailand, will be the commentator together with.
Hi, I'm Andy Chaisiri from the US. I'm a game design lecturer and I will be commentating for today. So, Alvin has done very well in the preliminaries, winning all 7 rounds with his mono ice deck, while Natakorn has also done well with unconventional water fire deck.
Yeah. And also, Mr. Alvin is the have the first ranking of the top 8, and also and why Kun Natakorn is the top 8.
Yes.
So now we waiting for the start sign from the judge, from the head judge.
Yes.
So
Again, Alvin with ice water versus Natakorn with water fire.
So maybe we can explain the rules of today for the audience first.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, this will be best. Okay.
It's the best of 3 rules today. So like both of them have like 1.5 hour to play 3 games.
Yes.
Oh,
Alvin going first. Natakorn also building his backups up.
yeah, very fast as yesterday.
Time Mage is a backup that can be broken to basically replay one of your forwards, similar to Opus 6 Renoa.
And Natakorn put the first forward here.
So we know Alvin's deck has many good auto abilities. Natakorn playing Light Zidane, forcing a discard.
So normally the light card can be on the field only one. Except
Yes.
you got the special backup that said that you can put more light card on the field.
Natakorn with a strong start. 2 forwards on the field, 3 backups. As you can see by his backups, Natakorn has a lot of summoning support in his deck.
Yeah, right.
Reducing the costs, Aiko allowing for summons to be brought from the break zone.
Yeah.
First hit of the game, Steiner attacks, activating Famfreet EX Burst. Zidane attacks, and hit goes through. Cloud of Darkness goes to the break zone. Oh, I'm sorry, the damage zone. Turn passes to Alvin. Generates 2 crystal points. 4. Plays a Celeste. She comes into play. She freezes Zidane. Turn passes to Natakorn. Zidane remains dulled.
We have seen Celeste, many Celeste yesterday.
Yes, a very solid ice forward with very beautiful Yoshitaka Amano artwork.
Yeah, right.
Okay, Natakorn passes the turn after building his backup. Now, what is Alvin's next move? He attacks with Celeste.
Got the summon from Natakorn side.
Famfreet is played.
Yeah, both players have to select one forward they control and put it into the break zone.
Okay, as a response, Alvin uses the Devout's ability to bring a forward into play and then breaks that forward, keeping his more valuable Celeste. And the damage goes through. Another Devout is played. Turn passes to Natakorn.
So Natakorn need more forward to protect himself.
Yes, although he does have a good amount of backups.
Yeah.
Plays
Again.
a Steiner, allowing him to search for a Final Fantasy 9 forward, choosing Vivi, a very hard-hitting forward. See, Natakorn's deck plays water, summoning support and solid forwards, and lots of strong direct damage fire characters and summons.
So Natakorn checking the break zone of Alvin. Oh my god.
Oh,
Nidhogg.
Nidhogg. Very high cost, but big impact forward.
When Nidhogg enters field, your opponent randomly removes one card in his or her deck from the
Yes.
game. When Nidhogg enters field, also choose one forward opponent controls and remove it from the game also. So this can, like, they cannot like pick up any other cards from the break zone back to his hand again.
Yes. Although Natakorn has a lot of direct damage cards, 9,000 power is still tricky to deal with.
Yeah. Like Alvin got 9,000 power card and also another one, Celeste is like 8,000. It's very both high power.
Oh. The Bahamut is played for direct damage, along with dealing 8,000, and then Bismarck was also played. Bismarck. No, never mind. Merle Webb, backup that allows for searching for a forward. Searching for Layla, a very solid water forward that will often brings back a Viking from the break zone when played, so almost like playing it for free. Okay, Ashe. Last time we saw Natakorn play Ashe, he managed to keep her on the field and remained unbroken
Yeah, because his deck's name is like Princess and the Bodyguard.
Yes, princess and her bodyguards.
The last time I think Natakorn can bring Ashe on the field like faster than this today.
Yes.
So let's see what will going on. Alvin put Layla and
Yes,
yeah,
Layla Viking,
Viking.
3-point Viking, draws a card when he enters play, draws when he leaves.
So when Layla enters the field, choose one card named Viking. That's why he can like bring Viking on the field very fast.
Yes, I would say like every water deck I've seen in this Asia Championship has run Layla and 3-point Viking.
Yeah, many players play both water and
Okay.
ice.
Attack with Celeste, attack goes through. Natakorn is at 4 damage.
He needs more forwards.
Oh,
Oh,
then Genesis is played, dulling and freezing Ashe.
it's tough for Natakorn now to
Yes.
against the full forwards.
Although Ashe is able to activate by paying 2 water crystal points. Okay, Echo is broken. Her ability to remove 3 summons and bring back 1. And Phoenix, very high impact, high cost summon. 8,000. And Zidane is brought back, which comes into play. Ability was used. I believe it was discard.
And the art is from Final Fantasy Mobius. Very nice art also.
Actually, I believe that one is from the Final Fantasy IX cutscene. Has more of the cute proportions. At 6 damage.
But the Natakorn still have like another 2 games.
Yes.
If he can win the next game, he have the chance to win another game, and so he will win.
Yes. With 90 minutes total to decide the 3 games. Second main phase for Alvin, generating 3 crystal points. Famfreet. Viking used as Famfreet fodder to remove or not, send to break zone the Zidane that Phoenix had brought back. Layla then brings back that same Viking. The Layla Viking card draw combo. A core of pretty much every watered running deck I've seen here. Ashe remains dull due to the freeze effect. Can Natakorn stop 4 forwards from attacking next turn? Takes a moment to ponder the circumstance.
we can see that Natakorn already got like 6 damage. So
Yes.
he have only 1 damage left. Otherwise, he will be lose in this game.
Yes.
So he need more forward, like
Yes.
4 or 5 to protect himself.
3, playing a Viking, drawing a card. Will Natakorn be able to provide the 2 water points needed to activate Ashe for blocking? Will Alvin be able to dull the Viking and prevent him from blocking? Attack phase.
He should-
Genesis attacks. The Viking blocks, breaks, draws Natakorn a card. Celeste attacks, and that is the game. But this is best out of 3.
Yeah. I think the princess come too late a little.
Yes.
So that's why he cannot like prepare his field.
Yes. Alvin was able to keep up pressure, keeping Natakorn on the defensive, forcing him to play his excellent removal summons in a defensive manner instead of offensively clearing the field for his own attackers.
Now they make sure that the card will not like have to separate the card to make sure that they got the different card on the hand.
Yeah, sometimes it's just down to luck of the draw, but deck building is there to minimize the importance of luck.
Sometimes only shuffle is not enough. When I
Yeah.
like playing my deck and only shuffle it just come with like 3 same card, which is not so good. Like Odin with the 7 cost.
Oh, yeah.
It's not good if you have like very high cost in your first hand. It's hard to play.
I feel like you can almost read somebody's personality based on which Odin they put in. 7 cost EX Odin. I've noticed those players tend to be more like talkative and brash, like believing in the heart of the cards.
Yeah, sure. I believe in my luck.
Yes, while the 4 cost Odin I've seen with more like cool, collected thinking types.
Yeah, but when you open and it's expert in
Yeah.
Odin in your expert, so it's so cool.
Yeah.
Now I think they're going to begin the second game out of 3.
Generating 6 crystal points. First move. Playing Steiner, allowing him to search for a fellow Final Fantasy IX forward, bringing out Light Zidane. And Zidane is played, forcing a discard. Alvin discards the Viking. Does that mean he's expecting to play a Layla? Alvin builds his backup with 1 gladiator. Steiner attacks. Zidane attacks. 2 hits.
Lucky for Natakorn that he haven't got any experts this time.
Natakorn plays backup Yuna, reducing the cost of summons by 1. Jill Nabat dulling and freezing, giving Alvin some breathing room. Yes, Yuna reduces the cost of water summons by 1, but not to 0.
What did he use? A summon?
Yes, summon is Death Seraph, breaking all forwards, dull forwards of the same cost. So choosing 5.
Oh.
So Natakorn's strong start, reversed by the very powerful ice backups like Jill dulling them, and then the judge breaking them.
So sad for Natakorn.
Yes.
Hope that he can
Ice.
bring back his team again.
Yeah, I have a good hand, sorry.
He put
Now Natakorn moves to building up his backups, playing a Waka. Gives all water forwards plus 1,000 on his side. Alvin plays a Devout. Natakorn playing Ashe's fiance. Wrestler, I believe.
but what I saw, he just put Ashe to the break zone to call Waka. But then play Ashe's
Play a
fiancé,
wrestler.
wrestler.
Right. Celeste freezes Yuna. Granola allows Celeste's comes into play ability to activate again, freezing Waka.
You have to block, right?
Playing Kateuna, a 6-cost backup that allows for a summon to be played from the deck. Summon a 4-cost or less. Bahamut is brought out, targeting Celeste for 8,000 power or damage. Alvin responds by breaking Devout to bring back Celeste. Celeste attacks. Rinoa attacks. EX Burst. Leviathan. As both Rinoa and Celeste have powerful auto abilities, the usefulness of Leviathan is reduced a bit. Natakorn. 4 backups. Looking through his break zone. Plays a Bahamut, taking out Rinoa. And turn passes to Alvin. Alvin generates 2 crystal points. 4, playing the Celeste, freezing, and turn passes to Natakorn. He's got 3 backups available, generating 3 points. Zidane, forcing a discard. Nidhogg is discarded. And turn passes. This match has been pretty even so far.
Yeah.
Both have 2 damage.
One forward.
Although Natakorn has 1 more backup, Alvin's been able to lock them down with freeze effects.
Yeah.
Alvin generating 2 ice points. What will he play? Or is he reconsidering?
I'm sorry.
Yes, Celeste is 1,000 power bigger than Zidane, but Natakorn might have something in his hand. Celeste attacks. Attack goes through. Alvin plays Final Fantasy VI Sid. Searches for another Celeste. Stallion Empire Sid.
So when this guy enters the field, you may search for one category Final Fantasy
Yes.
6 forward and add it to your hand. And he just selects Celeste on his hand.
Yes.
So now it's 2 Celeste
Okay.
come up to the field already.
Yeah.
On
Okay.
Venus
Zidane
14.
attacks. Attack goes through.
Damage zone.
Each at 3.
Bring him.
Brunhilde is played. Summon that deals 7,000 damage, but due to Katauna being on the field, the power increases to 8,000 damage. That's enough to take out 8,000 power Celeste. But we do know that Alvin has another Celeste in his hand,
Yeah.
so
It's possible that he will bring Celeste back to the
Yes.
field again. in
and
final.
that might mean Zidane gets frozen.
Yeah, for Final Fantasy we can take only like 3 cards in your deck, three copies of the card in your deck.
Yes.
So there's maybe 1 Celeste in Alvin deck.
Yes. But you also never know that maybe one of those copies ends up in your damage zone instead of your hand.
Yeah.
So Natakorn has his backups built up. Alvin has 4 backups. 2 of them breakable.
For Final Fantasy game we can place only 5 backups for each players. But for forwards we can place like many forwards
Yes.
as you can.
As the Viking decks that we've seen showed.
Yeah.
4 points. Layla bringing back the 3-point Viking, drawing a card.
As you just said about Viking.
Yes, a very, very solid combo. It's hard to build a water deck that can't fit in Layla and her Vikings.
Yeah.
Celeste comes into play, freezes Zidane. Alvin takes a look through Natakorn's break zone, knowing that Natakorn has ways of bringing back summons with Aiko on the field.
We both listened. I wish that we didn't get the EX media. Media YouTube at Commander back.
So I think before Alvin going to attack, he have to check the backup first to make sure that his attacks will go through Natakorn.
Yes. Though. Oh, actually, Alvin chose Katauna to freeze. Interesting. Perhaps Alvin has an answer to Zidane attacking, or is relying on Celeste just being beefier and taking out Zidane. But Natakorn has a summoning heavy deck that has many ways of removing forwards with fire and water.
Yeah. And now he can still use like his backup to generate the CP
Yes.
to call a summon to protect
Yes.
Zidane and himself.
Although right now his Waka and Wrestler backups are not doing anything. Okay, Genesis is played, freezing Zidane. Natakorn takes a look at, I believe that is, yes, Time Mage. So Alvin would be able to, okay. Phoenix dealing 9,000 damage and bringing back a forward from the break zone.
Oh, but it costs very high also, 7
Yes.
CP.
Oh,
No,
bringing
and
the Ashe. 8,000 power Ashe due to Waka, and unbreakable from enemy summons due to Wrestler.
Wow.
Although she does come into play dull. So if Natakorn is not able to stop Alvin's 4 forwards from attacking next turn without any good EX bursts either, he could lose.
Oh, it's well. The damage goes to Natakorn so quick. He got 5 damage already.
Yeah. Turn goes to Natakorn.
Yeah, he needs to do more damage to
Ashe
Alvin.
attacks. Second main phase.
Okay.
Paying 5. Lena bringing out a knight with plus 5,000. One from each backup and an additional 1,000 from Waka. So a 9,000 power knight. As Water usually wants to build up backups, 2 costs standard unit knight is another very popular Water forward you see in many decks. Alvin's next move. Players look through their opponent's break zones. Alvin is able to bring back forwards with his gladiator and not time mage, devout, Natakorn is able to bring back summons and forwards too with Lena. And Phoenix. As the Final Fantasy card game has many, bringing back cards from the break zone. The break zone is almost like a second hand for certain decks.
Some card that might help you in that situation maybe come from the break zone also.
Yes, as we've seen in this match and the previous one, both players playing a lot from the break zone.
Now we have like 55 minutes left.
Yes. If Alvin is able to win this game, he advances. If Natakorn wins, then we go into a third round.
Yeah. So Alvin bring back Celes from his hand.
Okay. He's been getting a lot of mileage out of that Celeste freeze ability.
If Natakorn can do like more damage, like 3 damage more, he will win this game in this turn. But it's very hard because Alvin got 3 forwards.
Yeah. Okay, Ashe attacks, the Viking blocks and draws a card. Knight attacks, damage goes through. Both are at 5 damage. Natakorn passes the turn after attacking.
They got the same damage, like 5/5.
Yes. What is Alvin's next move?
But as you can see that Natakorn have only 1 forward activating.
Yes.
So it's like normally like he can use this card to block the another 2 card.
But Alvin also has to consider that any card he dulls to attack is 1 card that can't defend. Very tense moment. The decisions made in this turn could decide the match.
Right, because both of them have like 2 damage left. If Alvin can take like 2 damage, create 2 damage, he will win this game.
Oh, Nidhogg.
Come again.
Removing Ashe from the game.
Oh my god, the princess gone.
And discarding 1 of Natakorn's cards. He's down to 1 in hand.
Yeah, this Natakorn card is so
Yes, and
effective.
a beefy 9,000 power body. Very
powerful and got strong blocker.
yes.
It's very tough to Natakorn now.
Yes,
C3
we saw in the last game, Alvin had also played a decisive Nidhogg to get a win over Natakorn, but let's see. Natakorn breaks Ico to bring back Phoenix. Alvin passes the turn.
Oh.
Natakorn, Phoenix in hand. Remember, with Katauna in play, Phoenix will be dealing 9,000 power. That is just enough to take out Nidhogg.
So
I believe Alvin used the ability of his Scholar backup. To
put the scholar and choose one forward you control, return it to owner's hand.
okay. So does he? Oh no, I guess he doesn't. Nidhogg goes to break zone, and Phoenix brings Vivi into play.
Vivi is also a famous character.
Yes, the Black Mage of Final Fantasy IX.
And this one is also powerful. You can
Yes.
deal like 7 damage if you use the special ability.
Yes.
Oh.
That is
Oh my god.
game.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
After losing the first round, Natakorn wins the second, and we go into the third round of this best of 3.
Yeah, it's very exciting
Yeah.
for Thai team also.
Yeah. Yes, with the championship taking place in Bangkok, only 2 Thai players made it to the top 8. With a very strong showing from Singapore, and Alvin making his country proud by being the only player who had no losses in the preliminaries.
Yeah. So the third match will be more serious.
Yes, Natakorn has seen what Alvin can do. Alvin has seen what Natakorn can do.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think the key thing is
Yeah.
careful use of removal cards. As we've seen this game, both games were decided by, a Nidhogg coming into play, exiling, removing from play a forward to clear the way. And in this game, that Phoenix being used on Nidhogg in return, and that Bismarck saved up in hand to remove the last forward that could block.
Yeah. I think it was the nice shot, the last shot that Natakorn did. Yeah, I will keep more calm.
I would say it was building up backups was also very important. I felt that Natakorn he kept his backup advantage, allowing him to play very efficiently and not needing to discard too many cards. If he had one less backup in play, he would not have had enough cards in hand to play those crucial Phoenixes at the end, or that Bismarck.
Right, so the backup very important for Natakorn's deck.
Yes.
And as we can see from the last 2 rounds.
It also seems that Natakorn, once he has Katauna in play, his 9,000 damage summons can remove any forward from Alvin's deck. Entering the third round of this best of 3.
take a deep breath. So Alvin
Playing
begin first.
Artemisian. It's a comes into play, lets you put cards back into your deck to draw that many. Oh, and Natakorn plays his own Final Fantasy IX Moogle.
Yeah. So Moogle vs Moogle.
Yes. And playing a Ninja, a fire backup that can break itself to prevent a forward from blocking. Alvin plays 3 Cause Viking, drawing a card. And a Celeste, dulling the Ninja. Or freezing the Ninja, I'm sorry. Steiner searches for Zidane. Yes, Steiner gets plus 1,000 power when another Final Fantasy IX character, or was it forward, that is also in play. Celeste attacks. Ooh,
Wind
EX
Hill.
Burst.
That's so powerful because the Brain Hill deal 7,000 damage.
Yes. Second main phase, Layla brings back the Viking that was broken. Natakorn draws and passes. Back to Alvin. Alvin. Steiner blocks Celeste.
Oh, and
Plays Siren.
Siren.
Gives Steiner plus 4,000 power. So he's at 11,000 power, blocking 8,000 power Celeste. Celeste is taken out.
Yeah, the
Look,
stack is also important here.
Yes.
If you use someone on the right time, it can be very powerful.
Oh,
and
yes.
Can change the game.
As we hadn't really seen Natakorn play Siren in the last 2 matches.
Yeah, no. We just
Okay.
seen him today.
Steiner attacks, goes through. Second main phase, Bahamut against Viking. I believe that Bahamut removes the Viking from the game. Yes, and Zidane also attacked, dealing 2 damage. Or 2 damage total dealt to Alvin. Layla attacks, damage goes through. Second main phase, playing Merleweb. Admiral from Final Fantasy XIV. She searches for a forward as comes into play auto ability. Searches for Layla. Jill Nabat. Freezing Zidane and Steiner, so giving Alvin some breathing room. A play that he also made last game. So Natakorn builds his backups and passes.
So now the Alvin and Natakorn have four forward, four backup. Sorry.
Yes, 4 and 4. Alvin, 2 crystal points. What is he planning? 4 points. The judge. Very similar play to what he did last round. The 3-cost Zidane and 5-cost Steiner were broken by Zalera. Natakorn plays Phoenix. Breaking Layla, bringing back Zidane, choosing discard. Bringing Alvin's hand size to 0. But the turn passing to Alvin, he draws 2. Breaking Gladiator to put the 3-point Viking into play. Gladiator can break to bring back a standard unit of cost 3 or less. So 3-point Viking is a very popular target. Zidane attacks. Doom Train is played. Which ability is chosen? Is it dealing 7,000 to a dull forward?
If you do that, Zidane will be broken.
Yes, and it's choosing 2 of 4, so did he also choose to discard a card? Okay, there's some discussion over whether the choose dull forward ability, would that mean that Zidane already does damage, or... Okay, anyways, Natakorn saves Zidane with a Leviathan. Playing Zidane again, or Zidane, causing a discard. Do you know how to pronounce it correctly? Is it Zidane or Zidane? Zidane?
No, in Thai we
Yeah.
call Zidane.
Zidane, yeah. Like that soccer player. Renoa. Targeting Viking. So the Viking... Actually... Like, would the Viking draw 2 cards when targeted by Renoa? I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I guess being removed from the game does count as leaving the field in this case.
Alvin start checking the break zone of Natakorn.
Yes.
Yeah, both of them.
As each player knows, their opponents are able to play many cards from their break zone.
And if they know like how many cards go to the break zone, so they can decide that, like which style that our opponent going to play.
Yeah. Turn passes to Natakorn. Katauna. What summon will he bring from his deck? Bahamut.
Bahamut again.
9,000 damage, removing Renoa from the game. Zidane attacks. Nidhogg goes to the damage zone. One less Nidhogg in Alvin's deck. Alvin Viking attacks. So far, each player has been quite aggressive, using their forwards to attack, leaving themselves open to counterattack. Turn passes to Natakorn. Although,
Now he got 5 backups.
yes, Zidane attacks. The difficult to pronounce the name Doom Train variant is used to deal 7,000 damage to Zidane, or to dull Zidane. I guess to dull Zidane. And was okay, so it was damage to the dulled Zidane and then discarding the ninja from hand. So Bron, Queen of Final Fantasy IX, is played to search for the Viking. Layla is played by Alvin, bringing back a 3-point Viking. Turn passes to Natakorn. Natakorn has a lot of removal, but the Vikings, especially the 3-point one, draws a card once removed, so it's even when you break it, it still gives the player an advantage. Ashe is played. Alvin, many cards in hand. What will Alvin considers what's in Natakorn's break zone?
Oh. 5 cost Cloud of Darkness.
Oh, Cloud of Darkness. For each forward you have, including Cloud of Darkness, opponent's forward loses 2,000 power for each forward controlled by the player. But 8,000 is not enough, as Ashe will gain plus 3,000 from being targeted by an opponent, and then plus 1,000 from Waka. Genesis comes into play, freezing and dulling the Viking. So Alvin's got a board of 5 forwards. Turn passes to Natakorn. Oh no. 3, 4, 5, 6. The Viking attacks, Ashe blocks, is broken due to the debuff from Cloud of Darkness. Oh, Alvin wins the third round.
Oh,
Yes, in that last round, Natakorn did not have the summons he needed to stop that attack.
you can see that Alvin can like bring, uh, create his board very fast.
Yes.
Like get 5 forwards.
So playing the backups that can bring back forwards was a great benefit to Alvin. So Alvin advances forward.
Okay. So think now we have to see the next players. Who's going to be their second team on the screen?
Yeah, we'll see.
So see you next round.